Hiya David, great to meet up with you and do some work on your game. Just a quick recap on the key points we covered. The theme for the day really was getting the left tilt in there to stabilise the axis and the inclination to the ground, and then also learning to hit out at the golf ball in the appropriate manner. So we'll take a little look at your swing from down the line. First of all, what we see here is a player whose shoulders don't turn at 90 degrees to the inclination to the ground. You can see there some residual from your past lessons where you've been told to take the club out in an attempt to attack the ball from the inside, and if we look at what happens, you can see clearly that you do not attack the ball from the inside. I mean, that feeling of taking it out may short term kid you into feeling it's easier to get the club inside, but you can see what you do is you go outside the line, left shoulder lifts. You now haven't got sufficient left tilt in there, and the shoulders are not at 90 degrees to your original inclination to the ground. You can see you've lost some inclination as well as you've done that. Also, as the left shoulder fails to work down and the club stays on or outside the line, the left shoulder works level and the axis of the shoulder turn is moved off the golf ball too much. You can see both the hip centre and upper centre are moved off the golf ball quite dramatically during the early part of your session. So very flat looking swing, and as we said, you know, if you look where the butt of the club is located, and if you were to steepen the angle of the shoulders at that point, that would bring the butt of the club more onto that plane line. So left tilting more and for longer was the key really for your backswing during the session, and we can see here on the range session that we did, the left shoulder working down. That's your only swing thought at this point, and as the left shoulder works down, you can see that from P1 to P2 and beyond, the axis of the shoulder turn maintains stability, the head stays inside the box, and the hips don't move off the golf ball quite as much. From there, it's much easier to get the hips moving forward in the downswing and learn to hit out at the golf ball. So we can say here now, from the top, big move over plane, arms coming way out in front of you, largely due because the hips never get forward. So you can see there, I was going to describe that sort of transition. It will be hips back. If we look at the hip centre there now, and the location of the left knee, never getting out in front of the left ankle. Everything is back of where it was at address. So hip centre and knee both back of where they were at P1. When the hips don't move forward and just rotate, the club gets pulled across the line. And as we said, if we wanted to describe your through swing, over rotation, you can see the left foot spinning out there as you come through. Too much rotation, hitting violently across the golf ball. With a better movement on the way back, there's less of a rotation on the way through. So your key thought at this stage, we haven't really worked on it, is left tilt, no rotation. You can see as you do that now, the hip centre is further forward at P6, as is the left knee. And the radius of the swing has tightened up somewhat. Good improvement at that stage. The left tilt when viewed from down the line, left tilting for longer, left shoulder down, left shoulder down, left shoulder down. We're starting to see some daylight between the knees, which is good. Proof that the left knee is flexing, the trail leg is straightening, the hips are turning on a tilted angle, as are the shoulders. And at the top of the backswing, albeit not the finished article, we've got a much more tilted turn to the shoulders, and the club is less underplayed. We do, however, still tend to rotate too quickly and get the club moving out in front of the hands, and that's something that we discussed it is going to be difficult for you to get rid of that short term. It's something that needs to be drilled out of you. Familiarity, you've always had to do that. So that's something that we've got to first of all remove the need to do, which we've got to do. We've done by learning to left tilt better and get the left knee moving forward. But then what we've got to do by this drill here is learn to hit out at the golf ball more. So we're going to draw the right foot back, close the shoulders off. This is going to give us a feeling of maximum turn on the way back with minimal turn on the way through. And you can see there that although that club is not in behind your hands, which would be ideal, it is now much less in front of the hands. As you come through from there now, you can hit out at the golf ball for a little bit longer, and the exit is a little bit higher on the way through. So first of all, you've got to learn to left tilt more and for longer, and then secondly, you've got to learn to hit out at that golf ball in the appropriate manner. Hit out at it for longer requires less rotation on the way through, and you've got the drills to do to help improve that area of your game. Good luck with it, and I look forward to the next session in a few weeks' time. Well done.